Hey, everybody. It is officially episode 4. I didn't know if we'd get here, but here we are.
Proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Good job.
Yeah, you know, it's really you guys that are making this work so well.
Yeah.
Making
I don't
this
think people-
so great.
Yeah, I don't think people would listen to me
Carry
alone.
the show.
Yeah.
Not the host, but
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone
gotcha.
else carries the show. I just kind of like mediate.
You're there.
I'm like the ref
like
for
James
my
Corden,
podcast.
basically.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, you kind of look like him.
All right.
that's
Okay.
mean. That's
So
rude,
moving
dude.
on. It seems they fucking introduced themselves. So we have the lovely Daniel Scott here
Thank you.
with his dog.
Yeah.
with
Corgi.
Allie.
What's up, Allie?
Dude, it's a fucking beautiful little toasted marshmallow. I love everything about
Toast.
her. Oh my god. And the ever-present James McGuire.
Thank you.
Or do you prefer Ellsworth?
Ellsworth Esquire.
Can I just call you L? Like,
I mean, some people call me L.
really?
Yeah, some people call me LJ.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Hey.
LJ.
That's not
Am
bad.
I the right? Can I call you? Am I the right skin tone to do LJ? Can I
Yeah,
do that?
go for it.
All right, cool.
Alright.
I'm just making sure.
Just making sure.
I'm trying to be as PC as possible. We've gotten some comments.
For this one. Alright.
For this one, yeah, sure.
Speaking of this one, there's a lot of popular demand behind this episode. A lot of people that are very excited that we're doing something as stupid as this. And a lot of people wanted to be on this, and we'll probably have a part 2, and God,
I'm sure there'll
probably
be multiple parts.
yeah, probably like at least a part 3, just because of certain people couldn't be here. There were certain conflicts, but we are doing what I like to call the drug cast, where we're gonna delve into our experience with the drug paraphernalia. Yeah,
What
our little
drugs?
Now-
experiences.
Now, I gotta ask you a question.
Oh, you're gonna ask me some? Yeah. Oh, Daniel's pointing
Do
at
you
me.
assume that I do a lot of drugs? I'm curious.
Yes.
You both.
I want to say yes, but I
Yes,
don't
I-
want to.
yes.
No, yeah, like
I
no, I
expect
like
What exactly gives that away?
It's kind of like
Your vibe.
your
Just
vibe,
like
your
the way you
personality,
are.
right? You're chill, and you're kind of slow. No, I'll fuck with
No,
you.
you're absolutely right. I mean,
No.
it's not very slow. I'll give you
I'll
that
fuck
one.
with you. I don't know, man. It's just
Is
kind
that
of like
actually?
the way you kind of carry yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually never bought drugs in my entire life.
you've made it to what?
I've
22, and you've
I've
never,
never
bought
bought
drugs.
drugs.
I bought drugs once. My first time ever doing drugs.
So
weed.
you bought drugs?
No. But I didn't never met the guy. Like I've never actually went up to a plug.
Oh, like a drug dealer.
yeah,
like
I've never
actually
went to a plug
purchased
and then
drugs.
purchased
You've
drugs.
never actually. Okay.
No. And I don't do it all the time. But when I do it, I go way harder than I probably should.
So
that's,
you make
that's
up
my
for
thing.
like
yeah, I
not
make up for
doing it
time
all
by
the
just going
time,
hard
yeah.
because I never buy it because I've never really whatever.
Well, that's the best
Hey,
way
man,
to
you
keep
want to try a little bit of this
tolerance.
cocaine?
I
Yeah,
only
sure.
I only do it when offered, and it makes me sound like a moocher. But
No, I
but
kind of have
I
the
never
same
asked.
Thing, yeah.
I've never asked for drugs before. I just have a lot of good friends who are drug dealers or who are drug addicts.
No, that's how I would.
And that's
kinda-
and then like they're all doing it together. Like they say, hey, you want something? Like absolutely sure. And I just go. They're all my really really good friends, so I can abuse it. a
No,
lot.
I was like that for a long time.
Well,
I've never actually asked somebody
Yeah.
or like mooch off at anybody. I've never do that. But I just I have a
wouldn't
lot
call
of friends, a lot of really from like way back that just bring everything.
No, I totally
Like
feel you.
I feel the same way because when whenever I smoke weed, I'm usually never the one who buys it.
Right.
Like I'll usually
Yeah.
sit down and like my friends are just like, or like whoever I know there at the time is just like, hey, you want some? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I feel bad because I feel like I'm a moocher, but I'm like,
Exactly.
you're offering me.
I treat my friends to dinner. I buy them beer,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Well, yeah, like I never mind.
I'll
I never
for
mind.
it.
Like I will always throw down if you say like, hey, like if you want to, that's cool, but like we need to get you. You need to give us like something
Right.
for it.
Yeah.
I will always throw down.
my friends usually make them. They make their own drugs. So
Well, yeah, like
they
yeah.
then they just like, here, you want some of this? Because
yeah.
I take care of my friends by buying them things like that. Like I take them to trips and shit like that because I like.
well,
having fun with my
us
friends.
beer for tonight, so
That's
like
right.
you're already
Yeah.
like proving your point.
I just like enjoy doing that. And then they have like a spare couple gummies for spare and shit like that. It's like, hey, do you want some? Like, sure. Okay. It's no problem.
See, I've
whatsoever.
I've actually only paid for edibles. I don't think I've ever had a free edible except for the one
I got
Yeah.
you gave it. Yeah, so you're the first person actually to kind of live by that creed
you. Right.
and to give people because. For some reason, I feel like edibles are just considered like of a higher value than like.
Well, I mean,
compared
like
to
you
buying
have to
a
put a
gram,
lot
yeah.
into
And
edibles.
no, I totally
when you
see
bring
why,
money
you know,
into
yeah.
it though, when you bring money into drugs and buying them, shit, like that just it makes it seem so serious when drugs supposed to be a fun, enjoyable
Yeah,
thing.
it like paints the picture
So I hate
black
it.
and white.
Yeah.
You're,
I
like,
hate it. So
behind
if I'm gonna do
police bars.
drugs with my friends, I'm gonna do it like you don't have to pay for it. We're gonna have fun together. I hate that. Like because when money gets involved, it gets serious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't fuck around with money.
And then you kind of figure out which one of your friends just like isn't
Yeah.
about paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't bring any money. Dude.
I didn't even know. Why would you even make me
You
pay for
kind
it,
of
man?
offered, dude. I didn't really, you know.
Like, you didn't even say I was supposed to pay.
Yeah, I got lucky. I just made friends with a lot of people who smoked like
Yeah.
regularly.
Right.
So that's how I got into it. But I mean, I still bought. I think the earliest I bought weed was like 17.
17.
17.
Yeah, I think that was.
Uh,
I was still smoking before then, but I
Right.
hadn't paid for it.
the
until
earliest
17.
the earliest I bought weed, not drugs, is I want to say 16, because I
That's
was,
fair, yeah.
but it was like $40 for a gram. So
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. James is
eighth
from.
grade.
James lived in Japan for a little while.
Oh right.
yeah,
Things
so
are slightly different over there. Though,
it was very tough to get weed.
that currency exchange.
Ooh, buddy.
It was tough to get weed because it was only coming from set places. It was very illegal, and the thing was, I'm pretty sure I was a kid at the time. I'm pretty sure the guys who were like, "Hey, we're gonna get this weed and we're gonna smoke it," pretty sure they got us.
Oh, probably, man.
But I mean-
well, everybody gets got.
Yeah,
at some
but I
point,
was like,
you know?
even then, I was like, it's tough to get it, anyways. And I wanted to smoke some weed, so.
Yeah.
'Cause, like that was only like the second time I'd done it. And the first time I was back here in the States, and I'd smoked like Blue Dream, and
That's a
my
good flavor,
god,
though. That's a
that was
good.
the first ever weed I ever smoked was Blue Dream,
A good
and I
strain,
fell in
yeah.
love. Oh god,
I spent money on the first time I ever smoked weed, which was in 8th grade. So I was about
Fuck, Daniel.
14
Alright.
at the time. I spent money on that with my friend. He went and bought it. I just gave him the money.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the first time I ever smoked weed, and that's the only time I ever actually paid for marijuana or whatever kind of drug.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was
It was a good time.
that was a very good time.
oh god, so.
But in terms of getting got, my friend, who's not my friend anymore, brought baking soda to my school, and we brought me in the bathroom like, hey man, let's do some cocaine, man, yeah.
Oh my
And he's
God,
like, he brought
dude.
baking soda, like sniffing it, like, I'm so high right now. It was.
That's like-
Speaking of getting someone, so
Yeah.
back in the day, before I was able to smoke weed,
Oh, I know this. You already told me. Oh.
Yeah, we used to smoke spice
Yeah.
because we were kids. It was Japan. You didn't have weed.
We were
and
trying to die. It was fine. Everything's fine. Yeah.
Shit happens. There's a lot of stories about spice with my life that happened, and that's why I stopped it. But we had a big bag. It was a huge bag of oregano that my friend got gypped over. No, sorry, that's a bad word to use, gypped, because of gypsies.
PC, man.
Yeah, trying to be PC out here. We got played, and my friend got played. He paid $20 for this big old bag of oregano.
Oh no.
So
you can get to the grocery store for like $5.38.
I know,
Poor guy.
right?
Yeah.
So as we tell this kid it's spice, we have the real spice with us, but we tell this kid it's spice. So he smokes it with us. We smoke him out. Like, we're watching him smoke it.
You got this poor child. Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I'm so high right now. Everybody else is looking around, giggling, because we're like, dude, it's oregano. So we smoke it with him, and we watched this kid. He was so high. He went into a shop that we used to go and steal from, because once again, Japan, we were doing stupid shit all the time.
Yeah, it's legal there in Japan. For anyone who doesn't know, stealing's actually legal in Japan.
Different culture. It's okay.
It's, yeah, it's fine,
Yeah. It was just
Different
fine.
heritage,
Whenever you go to Japan, just steal something and then show a dead body in the suicide forest. You're good.
Exactly. There you go.
But he walks
Wow,
to this.
that went dark fast. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was taking a shot at Logan
Yeah.
Paul. But
R.I.P. LP.
but as we watch him walk through the store and take like 5 or 10 football lanyards and just walk away, and we're all like, holy shit, did he just do that? He's like, dude, I'm so high right now. And we're like, what the fuck? So finally we're like, dude, you gotta go home.
That
So-
placebo effect, baby.
yeah, we just send him home, and we get up to the top of the towers, which are like 10 stories
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
It's where people live. So we're at the very top, and we're watching him walk down the street, stumbling back and forth, laughing our asses off at him.
Dude, I swear to God, if you could like synthesize placebo, if it was like a tangible object, and you
Right.
could make placebo itself a drug, no one would ever do anything else.
Oh, Drew.
God.
The amount that you can placebo yourself is fucking insane,
Yep.
dude.
It's ridiculous.
It's like when kids drink margarita mix at like 12 or 13 and think there's alcohol in it. And like
You tell a kid there's
actually,
weed, and then when you're smoking, fucking gone.
you're just gone. But like, how are you actually gone?
Give a kid an alcoholic-free beer.
Yeah. I swear to God, you feel it. If you don't say it, you feel it.
Yeah.
Because it's a beer and you're so associated
I think
with
it's the
you know,
mental
the feeling.
It's just
your brain can make you feel physical things.
Yeah, because it's
absolutely.
your brain. It's your brain telling itself that I need to feel a certain way. So it'll give off chemicals that'll make you feel that certain
If
way.
you felt that way before, I don't
That's
know.
what I think it
that's what I'm
is,
curious
yeah.
about. What if you've never been high and then you smoke something that's oregano and that you
Then
can
I
tell
think-
you you're high?
Then I think
How
that's
would
just
you
a
feel
mental
then?
thing.
I
And it's
think-
just like I should be feeling
Your
like
body
this.
will
So
make you
this is
feel
what happens.
different. I think your body will make you feel differently. Your brain will make you feel differently than if you actually have.
Well,
been
I
high.
agree because I think you would feel essentially what you think everyone's talking about when you
Yeah.
heard someone say like, "Oh,
Your
I
brain
was
would fill in
high,
the gap.
I was doing this, I was doing that."
Well,
yeah.
what is it when? Because I've heard people like I've smoked with people before where I'm sitting there and I've been high, like amazingly high, and they're like, I don't feel anything, and I'm like, dude, this stuff is strong. Like everybody else in the room is high. How do you not feel anything?
Are these like their first time?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get high on my first time either. I
Really?
hated weed the first time I smoked it.
Really?
I didn't feel anything,
I got
and I just felt like I
extremely-
was doing something illegal because I was.
Yeah, that's true.
I think because I did such a strong strain
Yeah.
right off the bat, it was just
Yeah,
automatic.
I did some
Let's
pretty
go.
Strong
Well, and
stuff
also-
on mine.
I think it also depends on like what you do, because like I smoked a bowl the first time I ever got high. Dude, I didn't know how to fucking use my thumb and like when to
yeah.
suck in and do all that
Oh,
shit.
right.
Like,
Well,
It was a joint.
the thing I've noticed with people who don't smoke at all and then they smoke for the first time, if you watch them, they don't actually inhale often. Like those first people don't inhale.
Different, yeah. You have to inhale, but then you have to also like suck it in.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't
can't
understand
just,
how that
you
works.
can't just put it in your mouth and then blow it out. It's not going to really do
Because,
it.
because I had, sadly, I'd already started smoking before
Oh,
smoking
like
weed.
cigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I started smoking
R.I.P.
cigs
James.
early.
R.I.P.
that
James, fucking
anytime
lungs.
I knew how to inhale from the very beginning with weed. So I would just take massive hits of weed and it'd just be like,
You poor child.
oh my God. Because I'm smoking like it's a cig, which you shouldn't do.
I mean, I don't think there's a problem with it.
It's
You just
not
get
a problem.
You just get
But if
higher
it's
a
your
lot
fir-
faster than you think it is.
If it's your first time,
Yeah.
oh no, buddy, no. You're
First
gonna feel it.
time I had something happen to me that has never happened since. Now it was gravity was at an angle, like a 70-degree angle was
Gravity.
pushing me down. Yeah, it felt like gravity
Oh, you
was
felt
pushing,
yeah.
like pushing me down at like at a different angle than straight down.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like pulled, like my front part of my body was pulled downwards, but nothing was actually happening. Like it's like gravity changed for my in my brain. So I was being pulled to my right whenever I was just walking straight, and I fell into a ditch and like busted my ass walking home after smoking that for my first time.
What were you?
What were
I
you
don't-
on?
I don't know if you smoked weed.
I'm not
must
good.
have
I'm
been
not
an
good with
ultimate body
with
high.
identifying it, but it was purple. There was purple in
You
it.
smoked perp?
Probably so.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perp will do that to you.
All right, 'cause the first
started
time I
off
ever
good.
did it, and then it just like gravity like slanted, and I could not walk straight.
Yeah, the second or third time I ever smoked back in high school was perp, and then the fourth time it was laced with PCP, which we
Oh.
found out later.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
and that was that wasn't like that bad of an experience, but you just, you know, like they say, like when you're on PCP, you get like super angry and like
Yeah.
emotional for no reason.
Yeah.
That happened,
Oh no.
and then I was still tripping.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I saw my friend had this little like outdoor like backwoods area, and she had all these trees and stuff in the dark, and I was just kind of looking out there like from the living room, and like a gray, like the alien they like classify as the gray,
Oh my God.
was just like he looked out like from the tree, like just kind of like looked out from the corner, and he was just like he like held up his thumb like you good?
You good, man?
You right? And I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like. Yeah, and I lifted.
I'm doing all
I
right,
lifted-
man. Thank you.
I
Wait,
lifted
there's an
my
alien outside.
yeah, I lifted my thumb back, and he just nodded and went back behind the tree.
Dude, tripping is one of the funnest things ever if you can control it.
If you're not like
Yeah,
out
as
of your mind,
as
yeah.
long as it's not a bad trip. Like the best trip of my life ever was I smoked weed with one of my close friends here in Tallahassee, and I go home, I'm still high off my ass, and I just lay down in bed, and I'm
Yeah.
happy as hell. And I close my eyes and start listening to Mac Miller. It was just when that
If you could only see James, you would realize this is a very stereotypical thing for James.
yes, I have the headphones on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's the headphones, the beanie, the jacket, and the sweats.
It all fits.
Yes, but I'm listening to Mac Miller, and he says something about playing dice with Jesus Christ, and I just close my eyes and let it take me. And my God, I'm
you
sitting
took the
there,
wheel.
I get transported into another universe. I'm sitting up with God and Jesus playing some pool, and then we just start flying
pool
through
with
the
the planets.
galaxy.
It's like there's a rabbit hole.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You like when you're really high, you feel like you can let it go and just go down the rabbit hole,
Oh, yeah.
or you can
Oh, yeah.
hang off the side and not have a whole mental breakdown. There's a little hole. If you really want to, you can just let go and you just fall down. Who knows where you end up? Or you hang out at the side and you kind of like keep yourself grounded, but you're still really high, of course. But you're not having a whole mental like trip.
Well, I think that's why people have bad experiences on
Yeah.
like, I mean, like I'd even go as far to say like marijuana, but also when you get up to like mushrooms and acid.
Yes.
Because for some reason people fight the
hole.
feeling and
Yeah.
fight going into the hole, and that's when you start having a bad time. You start freaking out.
Yeah,
You could
'cause
have
I-
also
I-
have a bad time going down the hole.
Yeah, no, that's true. You
but
could
like
have-
when you're fighting it, you're
Yeah.
sitting there and you're like, what if I see this, and then what if I see this,
Yeah,
and then
it's
it's gonna fulfill itself. So you have to know that, hey, once I reach that point where I have to like go down the hole, you just have to hit it and just let it take you
You
and
have
have
to
a good
just-
time
and
with
it's-
it.
it's
and be
scary
happy.
And you,
sometimes.
you
Yeah,
can kind of
but-
hang off the edge of the hole, kind of stay around it, and still have a good time.
Yeah,
You don't have to
absolutely,
go all the way
yeah.
down.
You could-
Now, one time, I've only had one bad experience on marijuana.
Is this the gummy?
No, it's not.
Oh.
That was a great experience.
Okay.
Thank you very much. The worst experience I had was
My bad.
smoking with one of my best friends, and every time that it just ended up having a really bad time to where I would constantly think that I'm dying or I'm gonna
Holy
die.
shit.
But
Yeah.
then I tell myself, you're not. You're on weed. You're fine. But then
You're on weed.
then as soon as I thought that, I'd be like, you're just making it up. You're lying to yourself. You're gonna die. No, you're not. You're just lying to yourself. You're gonna fucking die.
Holy
you're
shit,
You're
man.
fine. You're okay. Stop lying to yourself. You are
So
dying
you
right
just
now.
having a multiple conversations,
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
It was-
lasting.
I would tell myself
You're in
one
an
thing,
existential crisis.
and then it would come up again and tell me something else. Like I try to be like, you're okay, settle down, we can't kill you, you're fine. No, motherfucker, you're gonna die. You need to fucking run right now and save your life or some shit because you're dying. And I tell myself that I was lying to myself, but even though I was trying to comfort myself and calm myself down, I also had in the back of my mind like, no, you're lying.
Holy shit, dude.
I hate when that happens, when you're just sitting there and you're like thinking about something, you're like, I gotta get off this topic, and then it just keeps sticking
Can't.
with you through the
Yeah,
whole
you
thing.
Well,
I kept
I've
moving
never had,
around
like-
my house, just trying to like move around, trying to sit down somewhere. Okay, you're all right. Just calm down, buddy. You stop lying to yourself, buddy. You're just saying that to make yourself feel better. You're gonna die right now.
Holy shit.
The
Yeah, I
entire
have
time.
not had anything
I've-
like
I've had-
death.
I-
I don't know
I've
what
never
I
had-
smoked, but it was bad.
Because usually when I do it, I know I'm not doing anything, and like I try to control it. But
Yeah.
I've had like trips. I'm like, I got to get off this topic. And it's just like one of those things where it just sticks with you, because you know it's gonna keep coming back up. Or like when I had smoked Blue Dream, we were walking with my friend, my childhood friend,
Yeah.
and two people he knew, and we had finished smoking, and we were just walking down his like the road at this little cul-de-sac, and right when we walked somewhere, one of my friends is just like, "Hey, did you feel that spider web?" And automatically everybody's just like, "Oh my god," and they're like touching themselves, like trying to
Oh, yeah,
wipe it
'cause
off.
you
of them.
naturally
like,
freak the fuck
like,
out,
and
yeah.
as soon as he said, "Did you feel the spider web?" Everybody felt the spider web. And it was just like one of the funniest things afterwards. I was like, I don't know if I actually felt a spider web, or he just brought it into my mind
Oh,
and
yeah,
made me
it's-
think it, because it felt like it was my whole body. I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Well, just the manipulation of your senses alone when you're like high on anything,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
it
Absolutely.
can almost just be enough to kind of like, all right, I'm fine.
Well,
I'm not fine.
The
I'm
thing
not
about
fine."
that
Yeah.
bad trip that I had is
Yeah.
that ever since then, I always feel it in the back of my head that if I just let go, it'll come right back. Where when I'm
feel that,
really
yeah.
high, when I'm really high at points times, it'll just come in the forefront of my brain, and I'm like, okay, I can either let it go and just let it hit me, or I can like fight it away and keep it away. And that's talking about the rabbit hole is that if there's a rabbit hole about mental crazy, but then there's also a rabbit hole about a really bad experience.
Yeah.
You have to constantly pull yourself away from having that really bad experience if it comes around. Like, there's
Absolutely,
times when
yeah.
I'm high and I don't have that thing at all, but there's times when I get really high and it'll be in the back of my head, hey, death, man. Think about that lately? And I have to constantly say, no, you're fine. Weed does not do anything to you.
Yeah, like we
you are
cannot
okay.
possibly
it
hurt
can't kill you.
Yes.
But the paranoia is always it shows up every now and then. You have to keep yourself leveled.
I feel like I'm lucky in the aspect that I never think of weed as something that I could die from. I'm always just like, I just can't fall asleep.
Oh, see,
Exactly. I don't
that's
think it
my
can kill me. I know it can't kill me, but it's the paranoia. The
Yeah.
worry. It's irrational.
well, that's
It
my
doesn't matter.
great escape when I get too high. Just,
Yeah.
dude, go to bed.
Like,
Boom.
oh my God.
Like it's the easiest way to just. Are you freaking out, dude? Go to sleep.
It works.
Like
Just
when
hang out.
when we took those edibles, I had because I was the only one that went. I drove Courtney and Sean.
Oh
to
yeah, we all
I stayed in the parking lot for 40
All right.
minutes because I
Well,
could not move.
we all made the bright decision to take edibles before going to class. And it was a documentary class, so we were watching.
a
We
documentary.
were watching
Planet
The
Earth.
City, which is from like 1937.
City.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
that was horrible.
and then we watched episode 1, right, of Planet Earth.
Yes.
Yes.
So we were like, of course we're gonna get fucking high from this.
Right.
So we all cheers outside and fucking take our gummies.
Yep.
And like, I don't know, give it half an hour into the class.
Like
we're all
about like
having
halfway,
a fucking
almost being
great
the
time.
city. It
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits, and my friends, you were a lot more high than I
You
was.
took a half
did, but
of a half.
I did
Yeah,
it on purpose
also, I don't think it was that strong.
because I had to do interviews afterwards.
But
your gummy was not very strong. The one me and James had was a strong.
Yeah, it
version.
was on
Oh, yeah.
purpose. Yeah.
like what, like all I know is when I drove Sean and Courtney to Kim's house to play with the dogs, I was fucked up. And like I get to the house and I'm just sitting there with the dogs. I was so happy. And I'm like, yes, this is great. And then at a certain point, I was like, dude, I gotta go home and
I
just take
couldn't
a
see your
nap.
eyes. I could not see. When we
I
were
could,
all
Daniel, I
hanging
couldn't
around-
see yours.
Daniel, I looked
Right when we
over
got
at
up,
you
yeah.
and I was just nodding my head. You nodded your head back.
Yeah, I
kinda
saw you. We all
opened,
understood each other. It was like, hey,
No,
man.
listen,
you
I
opened your eyes and it was just bloodshot. And I was like, oh shit, Daniel's high as fuck. Right
just
now.
we as a friend group have a habit of staying outside our classes for like a good like 30-40 minutes. And so I had to go like film interviews because I'm a part of Relay for Life at Florida State. And I say goodbye to everybody. And I get like at least 30-35 feet away and I look back. And Daniel's high ass is still just watching me with his hood on and his fucking hands in his hoodie. Just like, he can't even see out of his eye. He's like closing his eyes and just smiling at me. Just like grinning. And I wave back and he just motions his head up and then turns around back to the conversation.
In my mind, my eyes, I was behind my eyes. And my eyes
That's the
were like a
highest thing
TV
you've
screen.
ever said.
My eyes were a TV
Oh, that
screen.
gummy
I
was
was
great.
watching through my eyes, all of us saying, oh, what's going on? This is a really good show right now. Like, I was, it's like I was sitting on my couch, but my eyes are the screen.
So we're out here on,
You were like-
on
you were like-
MSNBC or something, just like
Or just like
Exactly, yes.
like get outing it when she hypnotizes the guy from
Apparently,
Get Out.
yeah.
And
Sucking
he's
place.
behind his
my
eyes.
God.
Yeah,
Behind- yes.
floating.
And Bryce is the brother from Get Out.
Oh.
I don't look like the fucking brother from Get Out. I don't know why James
mean-
is saying.
You bring it up and I'm gotta say it. You do look like him. Just if
I'm,
you were
I'm
cracked
the
out.
token white dude of the movie, so like
Look,
I guess.
If you were coked out, yes, you
I
would
can
look
see
exactly
it.
like
Dude,
him.
I actually, oh my god, my roommate really wants me to do cocaine.
I'm gonna
wants
do
to-
Oh,
acid
about
for the first time.
cocaine. Oh.
I'm not, dude. It's weird because it's not even the drug aspect. It's just my nose. Like my sinuses are already so fucked
They'll
up
get worse.
as is.
They'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
worse,
I don't want
yeah.
to. I don't want to snort anything, like
Nah,
at all.
Cause like the one time I got offered cocaine, I was sitting at my house and my roommate came in.
You got offered in your house.
Yeah, like
That's
my roommate
great.
came in with like a bunch of chicks and these guys at 6 in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I walk outside, and I was sitting there talking loud as shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. Everybody's drunk, and I'm kind of sober, and I'm just like, you guys want beer? So I give them all beers, and this chick walks up to me with a tray with cocaine, and it's like, here, and I'm like,
Oh, just like the movies. Wow.
yeah, and I was just like, you're cute, but no, like. I don't like. I kind of want to try it, but not with you. Like I don't know you well
See,
enough to do that.
I feel that,
My
yeah.
friend is one of my really best friends is almost a coke addict. He when he gets drunk, he really loves to go skiing. He loves it, and so I've done coke many times with him. Because I mean, are you gonna say no whenever your best buddy's like, "Hey, do some fucking lines with me"? You're not
I
gonna
mean,
say.
you could say no.
No,
Let's
you
hit the slopes,
it's-
guys.
it's
Let's
the
go.
Nancy Reagan. No, there's no just say no here. You have to do it. And
Johnny Tsunami.
Nancy Reagan killed Sid Vicious. I'm saying that.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying that now.
Alright.
Bro, seriously, he's Johnny Tsunami. Just going down the
Daniel's
slopes.
too goddamn white to be Johnny Tsunami.
hey now, man. Hey now. That hurts a little.
That boy was brown. What are you talking about?
Okay, never mind.
He was that dude Samoan looking.
I have no idea
motherfucker.
Johnny Tsunami was. I just didn't like being called white.
Oh, it was a Disney movie.
I'm a little tan. Thank you very much.
No,
I think that's from working
Get
games, my
my
friend.
skin color right.
I'm not saying that you're not a tan person. I'm just saying Johnny Tsunami has a couple fucking shades on you. Dude. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I'll give you that one.
But yeah, sorry, go for it.
Did I tell y'all about the Mardi Gras cocaine?
You didn't tell the viewers.
Okay, well, obviously.
I don't remember.
Well, a couple of days before Mardi
Nice,
Gras,
good friend, James.
me and three of my friends are going to Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And one of my coke-addict friends texted me, "Hey, who wants to all get together and buy 2 8-balls for the Mardi Gras trip?" No one responded because no one really wanted to get high as shit off cocaine before doing Mardi Gras. We were like, we're all right.
Well, you're gonna get drunk enough.
Yeah,
as it
we
is,
don't really
like,
want to
yeah.
pay for it. We were okay. We don't want to pay for it. So we think he didn't respond at all. So we think he didn't buy it. So we get to Mardi Gras. We get to the hotel, and this man is like, "Hey guys, I got something." Pulls out 2 whole 8-balls of cocaine.
Holy
They're
shit.
like, okay, now that they're here,
we
have to do it.
And for anyone who doesn't know amounts of cocaine, that's a good
lot.
amount.
For a 3-day
Yeah.
weekend at Mardi Gras, 2 8-balls would last you. That would last you.
God damn.
I ended up on the first night doing 2 lines and then 5 bumps.
Ooh.
Do you guys have a fucking key?
Yeah, we had,
Oh,
we had
God,
Oh
we
my
do key bumps?
God.
yeah, key bumps.
What are you in a club?
Yeah,
Are you in a
God.
fucking movie?
Yeah, and then we walked out into Bourbon Street high as fuck, and then we proceeded to get drunk immediately. So what we did was we took 4 of us. We took 4 Aquafina bottles that were like 33 ounces.
Holy shit. Like the big boys, yeah.
Huge Aquafina bottles.
The tall boys
We
of
dumped
Aquafina.
out. We dumped out the water. We poured in. I'm not kidding. 70% whiskey, and then 30% Coke, and then we downed them.
You're gonna get someone in the comments that's like 70-30, dude. That's fucking pussy shit, bro.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't
Like,
drink it
it's the real
straight,
man go
dude.
like 90-10. What the fuck's wrong
You
with
can't
you?
like say shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did 70-30,
Yeah, right.
and then we downed them, and 33 ounces, and then we went out. Also, high off of cocaine and shit.
Yep.
And I don't remember the night at all.
That's great.
Good signs already.
All I know is that I found some. We found some beads from a woman's boobs that had chicken in them.
Yep.
That was that night to where like my friend. I remember this. My friend was yelling at this woman up top in the balcony, who told us to show all our boobs. We showed all our boobs.
As you do.
Immediately,
Mardi
yeah.
Gras.
When you get told to show your tits, you show your tits.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
You gotta let them loose.
And she showed her tits. 45-year-old woman, absolutely amazing tits. I mean, oh my god, wonderful.
Oh my god.
She
dude.
takes out of her cleavage. She takes a wad of beads, a wad, and throws it at us. My friend catches it. He's holding it. It's like, there's something in these beads. And he's unwrapping all these beads. That's a wad, a huge one. And then in the beads is a breast of Publix spicy fried chicken. Now, I want you all to know, there is no Publix in Louisiana.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't know
That
this
chicken
part.
traveled.
Oh my god.
That chicken traveled from, at the least, the east part of Alabama.
Oh no.
That's how far that chicken traveled. Where that chicken traveled, we don't know.
It's a little saltier than probably when she bought it. you know?
It came from her tits, and it could come from anywhere else. We have no idea. However, we ate it, and it tasted fine.
Well, because I feel like when you're pretty fucked up, boob chicken is like the
But
least
it
of your
didn't
worries.
get you sick.
boob chicken.
And then my cocaine head friend
Yeah.
decided to get chicken on a stick from a vendor at Mardi Gras.
Bad
Now,
idea.
that's probably was rat on a stick. That's what thing goes on in Canal Street and Bourbon Street. You see a
Yeah.
vendor with chicken on a stick, it's most likely rat. That gave him food poisoning. Not the titty chicken. Titty chicken was all right.
The spicy titty chicken. That's the
Yeah,
important
exactly.
part.
It was spicy.
The
Now,
spicy titty
flavor.
chicken.
Why it was spicy, I don't want to
Flavor
know.
of the breast.
But he got food sick from that, and the entire car ride home. That was the last day, by the way. Whenever, the entire car ride home, he was dry heaving bile. He was
God.
dry heaving and then also heaving bile
Yeah,
into
yeah.
a little cup. And when I tell you, when he threw the bile out of the cup, and I saw what it looked like, it was brown,
Oh,
yellow,
God.
and like orange.
Oh my god.
The
We
colors,
stopped at a
yeah.
Waffle House parking lot. I ran into Waffle House to get away from that smell. He passed out. We threw him in the trunk because we were tired of dealing with shit. We were tired of
like
You
the
guys, like,
actual trunk.
Yeah,
Or he had
we
like.
put this man because this man was heaving.
Wait, what
Yeah,
car
he
was this? that
Yeah,
you put
are
in?
we talking
an
like a
SUV.
mobster car?
It was an
Okay,
SUV because
alright.
I checked on him,
alright.
made sure he was
Okay.
on the side,
Oh.
so he didn't gargle up and throw up and die. So we made sure that happened. But the first night was also when the dick happened.
Oh, yes.
We
Oh.
know what that means. I'm sure that everyone's biting or chomping at the
so-
bit to realize what this dick is.
I am with a girl who's really drunk and stuff, and my friends want me to get with her and everything. And
As your friends do. When
Yes.
yeah, but I'm not
Yeah.
about it because she's very. I'm sober. I'm not even close to her level.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice
Those are the
guy,
worst.
Nice guy,
So
Daniel.
they drag us because she's with her friends.
Yeah.
They drag us to a male strip bar, and there's on this male strip bar on Bourbon Street. There are these dudes with nothing but G strings. I think is what it's called.
I believe that is the
Yes,
terminology.
the term is a
yes.
G-string, and they're muscled out strippers and everything, and they're on the bar dancing and shit like that. And immediately, I order 5 shots, like 4 for me, because if I'm gonna get on this girl's level and deal with these dicks, I'm gonna get really drunk.
These literal dicks.
These
yeah.
literal dicks. So I'm talking to this girl, and my friends are on the other side, and this stripper comes by, and he's coming to talk to my friend. Me and this girl are on the bar. We're right by the bar, and this guy comes up behind us. We're not paying attention to him.
Right.
He comes up behind us. He's mentioning it my friend to like get him to come over so he can put his dick on his face and all or whatever he wants to do. I'm not really sure. But my friend goes, "No, you need to talk to him right there, right behind you, like right underneath you." And so he looks down. He's like, "Oh, okay," and he puts his dick.
Oh, hi, Ali.
What's up?
Alex,
Are you
stop.
making a contribution to the podcast?
I was out here helping.
Hey, what are you doing?
You good?
Oh, gosh.
You good? All right.
Dude, your dog's having a bad trip right now.
Right? You gonna chill? Be cool.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Boop the snoop.
So he puts his dick on my like behind my shoulder. And I can't see it right now. He's gyrating and everything. He's like doing. And then my friend gets my attention, and I turn my head to look at my friend. I see something in the back of my peripheral vision. I'm like, okay, what's this thing moving? So I turn around and I see this 12-inch soft. I want you to make sure everybody knows it was soft.
He's looking
This-
at the
this
camera
12
as he's saying soft.
This 12-inch soft penis that had veins. I could see the veins. The
the G-string.
G-string was so tight I could see the veins.
Oh my
and it was
God.
helicoptering about 5 inches away from my face. My eyes. I look at it, turn around, I go, "Yep, that's a penis." And I immediately walk out and find the nearest like normal like bar and get heavily intoxicated and then go home and cry.
You're just in the shower,
I am in the
fully clothed,
shower trying to
rocking back
like
and
get
forth,
clean,
yeah.
clean myself because it was right in my face.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. Like if I was like, "Hey, there's a dick behind you," I'd be like, "Okay, there's a dick behind me." I can get prepared, look at it. Oh, there's a dick. All right, cool. That's not my thing. I'm gonna go home now, but I'm all right. I'm not scarred. I got no preparation for it. Immediately saw a dick in my face, helicoptering. It was moving pretty fast. Like it was moving.
Well, I mean, the guy's hired.
Yeah, he's
man,
hired.
so
He's
he's
hired
probably
to do
pretty
it,
good
man.
at what
You
he's
should've
doing.
known.
And immediately I was out the door. I couldn't
Oh
do it.
my! I've got nothing as funny as that, but I do remember one time when I was in Japan. Most of my drug happenings were back then, at a different time in my life, and
Oh, yeah, James likes to pretend those days are over.
the worst of those days are over.
Yeah,
But
yeah, the worst.
I remember there was this place called the Seawall, and if you ever get the chance to go to Okinawa, Japan, go to the Seawall in Mihama. It's amazing. So it's a wall, and then outside called it the jacks. If you've ever seen jacks from like picking up like the game where you like pick up.
Yeah, you throw the
jacks.
ball and
Yeah,
you pick up as many
right,
jacks
yeah,
as
yeah.
possible. Yeah.
So they look like that, but one side, like one of those long things, is taller than me, and like
Holy
huge.
shit.
I've seen
So-
those. They're that big, huh?
Yeah, they're huge.
I didn't think they were that big.
Yeah, they were huge. So what would happen is people would go out there, all the kids from both schools, the American schools, would go there and get drunk. So one night, my friends and I, we all go out there, we're all just drinking, and one of my friends is running around, and like, we'd be like, "Hey, we gotta go." And he'd be like, "Okay, after this shot," and he'd run away. And we'd be like, he'd come back and be like, "All right, guys, I'm ready." And we're like, "Okay, we're ready to go." He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
after this shot.
Oh no.
When
And the cycle continues.
The
Oh,
cycle
God.
was going because it's just one of our friends puking inside. Like, we need to leave.
Oh my god, yeah.
But the whole time, there's this girl walking up to us like, "Hey, you want to see my new piercing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." She lifts up her shirt. She has a one boob piercing on
Wait,
one
hold on,
nipple.
hold on.
Girls love
A
to show their
girl
piercings
has-
whenever they get piercings. They love to show them. For some
I'm
reason.
fine with that, but she only had one nipple pierced.
Yep, she
That's
only had one.
weird.
So
I'm not a fan of that.
she's like, she finally gets up on top of the seawall right before you get to the jacks, the wall, and she's standing on top of it, and she goes, "Does anybody want to see my piercing?" Everybody's seen the piercing, but everyone's like, "Yeah."
Absolutely.
Everybody
Are you kidding
pretends
me?
like they haven't seen it.
Yeah, everybody's
What
drunk.
is that? What are you talking
Everybody's
about?
no.
drunk,
man,
high,
please.
just doing whatever the fuck they want. So we're just like, "Yeah." The chick's like, "Okay," starts lifting up her shirt and falls into the jacks. And
Oh,
remember, the
no.
jacks, it's not a solid thing. There's holes in it. She
Right,
falls
right.
straight to the bottom. And
my
I watched
God.
one of my closest friends hop up on the seawall, point down at her, and just start yelling, "This bitch just fell. This bitch just
Wow,
fell."
really helpful for this girl.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
Dude, we were assholes
Gentlemanly.
back then, and we were laughing our ass off. It was the greatest thing I had ever seen. Just a man sitting there yelling about a chick falling into a
I
jab.
have my beer.
And she gets out scraped up, just messed up, and we're all just dying laughing
Well,
because
if you
we're
think
like,
she was alive, if she wouldn't have
Yeah.
died,
well,
that'd
the
be.
thing, the thing
No,
was,
y'all be assholes.
no offense,
More.
no offense, she was just getting really annoying,
Yeah.
and she wasn't
Oh
that
god,
attractive.
she was pushed, James.
No, she wasn't pushed.
Oh, okay.
She just fell, and it was like the most. It was like she was there, gone, and we were just like, "Huh, that's amazing." Like,
One
where'd the
second she's
girl
there,
go?
one second she's not.
I don't really have. Okay, I wasn't like adventurous when I did drugs. Like I would go out in public and maybe go to Walmart at like 3 a.m. I never like really like went out to clubs or shit. I went to a club once when I was stoned with my friend. I went with a big group of people, and only me and him were stoned. And it wasn't like a big mistake, but we just kind of wasted $10 because we walked in and we all hung out with everybody, and then I swear to God, we walked around Potts, this club up here in Tallahassee. We walked around Potts 3 times, and 6 hours had passed.
What?
I don't like
Looking for the place?
Yeah, no, yeah. You have to take a second, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to picture that.
we got there at like 9:30. And I swear to God, maybe it wasn't 6. My math is absolute garbage. But we left at like 2. And I swear to God, all me and my friend did was leave our little group of friends who were drunk, walk around the club, maybe like 2 or 3 times, just kind of checking out lights, being like, "Oh, this look cool," da-da-da. And like 4 or 5 hours had passed.
Wow.
And everyone's like, "All right, dude, you ready to go home?" It's like,
What?
yeah, okay, yeah, sure, all right, yeah, okay,
Absolutely.
that's
Having a
fine.
crisis in your head. What did I do?
Yeah, and like that's not even like a crazy thing that happened. And then fast forward like a couple months, freshman year of college, I dropped acid for the first time.
Oh my god.
And like hour 12, me and my friend Adam, who will hopefully be on here in a little bit, we went to the Den, which is like Denny's like on campus.
Oh yes.
And we go there, and I order food, and I'm just sitting there waiting for my food, and I didn't hear my name called. For, because when you're on acid, time kind of like slows, so you think it goes by a lot slower than it does. And I swore to God it was like 30 minutes, but it was probably closer to like 10. It was like
Right,
a regular
yeah.
Denny's wait time,
Right.
And so I'm like going up there, and I'm like at the counter, like, oh man, I'm like looking around all bug-eyed, like, hey, like, is my food here? Like, where's my food?
Where's my food, man?
And this lady comes up, she's like, hey, did you order this? And I'm like, yes, this is mine. And the next words that came out of her mouth, I've never been able to decipher because they were like another language. She was speaking in tongues.
Do you think she was like fucking with you and,
No,
and
I
talking in a
seriously
different
think-
language just to screw? She knew you were high.
I can't explain it, but
It's the Den. They
it's
probably know.
probably the Denny's. They probably knew I was fucked up. But I go, and she's like super nice. I'm like, yes, this is my stuff. And she's like, and I was like, okay, no. And I grabbed the bag that has all my shit in it, and I just walked
Just
out
gonna
the
leave.
door.
Just
yeah.
gonna leave.
I could have had condiments. I could have had napkins, dude. I gave all of that up because this lady scared
You
the
had
living,
to abort immediately.
scared the
Abort
living
the mission.
shit out
Just
of me.
abort. Leave
Yeah.
right now.
And then the same fucking thing happened. We got back to my friend Adam's dorm, and like we smoked a little bit because it's like hour 13 of acid. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
I was not fine.
You were not.
I started freaking out like hour 13 in, and so Adam turns out the lights, and he's asleep, and I'm just laying on the floor like, all right, like everything's fine. Like, just go to bed. Everything's all right. His drunk roommate, our friend John, comes in and he opens the door, and the way these dorms are lit is the hall is super bright, and the room is super dark. So I look and I just see the silhouette of this figure, and I'm like,
God?
Yeah, I was like, John, and John doesn't say anything.
Wow, what a dick.
Yeah, and he's just like, I was like, John, and I swear to
God's
God,
angry.
he looks at me, and like in this dark room, it just goes and just did the same thing. He's like, and I was like freaking the fuck out, and he went to the bathroom. God. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, that's when I had like the thought, I was like, this is it, I'm gonna die. This is the end of
the Grim Reaper came to fuck with you.
Yeah, drunk John is gonna kill High Brystin. And he comes out of the bathroom and he just lays on his bed, and like, you know, the dorm beds are like pretty high off the ground.
Yeah.
And he laid in a way where our faces kind of like looked at each other naturally, and this motherfucker just starts giggling on his bed in the dark. There's no lights on. I'm still freaking out. And I'm like, John? Like, it's like my voice is cracking, I'm freaking out. And John's just like, hey, Brystin.
He is.
And I almost ran out of the fucking room. He just giggling like, hey, Brystin. Like, no,
What's today?
No, I thought he was just gonna jump off the bed and just fucking like tackle me. And I was just gonna die, like, from shock.
Oh my
God.
So yeah, like it was never super public, but those two like take the cake.
Oh my God, I would be horrified at that.
Yeah, dude, acid, I hit my limit with that. I was very high for a very long time, and I was like, you know what? I never have to do this again. I had a great time. Yeah. I'm good.
I know my friend right now, he's getting tabs of acid that we're gonna try together, because it'll be my first time trying acid.
Dude,
I get to do it.
The worst thing is they're cheap.
Oh yeah.
Acid is not expensive at all.
Wow.
Yeah, like I think he's getting it from his friend who's trying to flip it himself, like maybe $13. But
what, compared to 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're just like the friend, so he's getting it for free, and we're just gonna try it for once. And we have like one friend who doesn't do any drugs, so like you're watching us, just in case.
You guys got the chaperone.
Yeah, because I'm like, I got some demons in my head I don't need out. So if shit starts going bad, I need you to calm my ass down.
I don't need these negative thinking habits to fucking.
Ooh.
Yeah, you haven't done acid, but you've had some pretty good edible stories, right?
I love my first edible story.
Yeah.
So I was at a house party with my friends. My one of my best friends, who's obviously a drug dealer. He lived there with a couple of other heavy drug users and stuff like that. That's where I usually got mine, because I just come over, hang out with them, and like, hey, you want some? Like, yeah, no problem.
Dude, it just happens. It's like clockwork.
Yeah,
it just happens.
And I don't ask for anything. It just they're very nice. So it's a house party. A lot of people are there. My friend's partner, who's also my friend in the drug dealing, the gummies, comes by, and he's passing out. He's passing out his gummies.
Partner?
His drug partner.
His drug partner.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I got.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna judge if so. I don't know. But
I don't want to assume. You know.
Yeah, you know. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, when I tag him in this podcast.
Thank you. He's passing him out because he usually like one's free or everything like that. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Daniel, you want one of these?" Like, and I'm like, sure, I've never had them before, but like, fuck it, well, let's try it.
What's the worst that could happen?
And they didn't tell me. So I had a whole one, and he made some of his biggest ones. It was pretty big.
Oh no.
And I take the whole one, not knowing how powerful it would be. And he said, "Yeah, that's my strongest batch I've ever made in my entire life." He's been making them for a while before this.
Oh no.
And
the end is upon us.
I haven't smoked or done any kind of like marijuana in like about a year and a half. So my tolerance is completely fucking shot. It's gone.
Yeah.
I have none. I had no tolerance. And I took a whole of his strongest batch, and I was like really kind of worried, but it's gonna be all right. We're gonna be fine. I mean, 40 minutes in, feel nothing. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is a dud.
No,
we're
not.
Good. We're gonna make it, fellas. We're gonna be okay.
The clock struck 41 minutes.
And then at minute 45, I felt like a wave started at the very top of my head, go all the way down my body. I compare it to a firecracker. So when you light it, you light the fuse, right? Mm-hmm. So the fuse traveled down my entire body. When it hit the bottom of my feet, the firecracker exploded, and then I felt it. And then I'm like, okay, I am not going to be okay. I'm at a house party, and I know when I get really, really, really high, I do things that I'm going to be embarrassed about whenever I get sober.
Yep.
Really?
I'm going to
Okay.
do some very embarrassing things
Yeah,
to me. So while I was still mentally sane, I grabbed my best friend next to me, and I'm like, buddy, I'm losing it right now. I'm losing my mind. We need to leave immediately. So he takes me in his car, and we leave, because I know if I'm at that party, it's going to get really bad. It's going to get really
things are gonna
embarrassing.
be bad
I'm going
real quick.
to get crazy, and I'm going to do some fucking retarded shit. Probably jump on the fucking kitchen counter naked. I've ran naked on the street before.
Oh no, you've done the
Oh
naked
my
mile.
God.
I'll tell you about that after this.
Yeah, just keep him going.
And
Just
so
shotgun him.
I immediately tell him we need to leave right fucking now. Well, I still have my mind in me. It's going going fast. It's leaving.
The train's about to leave the station.
It's yeah. The mind's about to go. So we're leaving. So we're in the car, and now for some reason, I couldn't speak at a normal tone. I would yell in my mind. I would be yelling at you right now. This is how loud I'd be saying in actual real life.
Oh, that's
So in my mind, I'm
freaky.
yelling, and what I'm only getting you is this. Hey, Bryson, what are you doing, man?
Dude, I'd be freaked
Oh,
out
God.
if you
I'm
came at me
yelling
like
at
that,
you.
yeah.
In my mind, I'm speaking as loud as I possibly can, but I can only talk about like this.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
And I'm looking at my friend, like trying to get his attention, like, "Hey, Eric, help me!" And he can't hear me because I'm whispering almost. And so I tap him, and I say, "We need to go to McDonald's."
You're stoned ass.
My mouth is so dry. On my tongue, I can feel every like pore, every taste
Every
bud,
taste
every-
bud, like,
everything. I can
exploding,
feel
yeah.
it. It's
Ooh,
my
the
mouth is
cotton mouth.
insanely dry. I make him pull up to the McDonald's, order me just a large Coke. I immediately get out of the car and run away. I run across the parking lot of McDonald's, realize how stupid I'm being, run back, apologize profusely, say I'm so sorry for what I just did to you. I get the Coke, I drink it, it's like heaven.
Oh, yes.
When it rushes through my mouth, I feel like everything's gonna be okay in life. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when you're stoned and you drink soda, that first sip
Yes.
is
Oh,
like
yeah.
heroin.
Carbonation.
It's like chasing the dragon.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
never tastes as good as that first
that
sip.
carbonation's
Yeah.
amazing. So he drives me home, and I get out of my car, and I'm about like 10 feet, 15 feet away from my door.
Yeah.
You remember Cusco and
Oh, Emperor's New Groove?
yeah,
Yeah.
how whenever he's doing like stealthy mode, he kind of like he's like has his hands up and he's kind of like
He's doing
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
rabbit thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing very very slowly moving.
Yeah.
I do that to my door. There's no one around. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. There's no one around, but I need to be stealthy for some reason. And I
can't get caught, dude.
Yeah,
Too hot.
I creep and like slowly get to my door, open the door like very slowly. I look back at him, like the widest, dumbest smile, like I'm okay,
Oh,
thank
no.
you. And then I go in my room and I turn on my PS4 and I watch The Dark Knight in the fetal position. I'm in my bed in the fetal position, watching The Dark Knight for like 5 hours.
And that movie's only like 2.5
Yes, but
hours
it felt
long.
like 5. Now, while I'm on the fetal position and in my head, this is where shit gets really, really weird. I can feel the blood going through my veins. I can feel it in my eyes. I can feel it in my nose. I felt like
Oh,
I was
no.
actually drowning.
Oh my god.
Like I'm drowning in my own blood kind of a thing. Like I feel all the blood going through all my vessels for
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason. So it just feels like I'm drowning for a while. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna die. Oh shit. And then until I actually accept it, and then it just feels like I'm swimming.
But you're still swimming in your blood.
Yeah, in my own blood.
So it's like a little bit of a plus, but not
Yeah,
like
that's-
salvation.
I'm just
you know?
swimming in my own blood. Where my eyes are filling up with I can feel it. It feels like you're filling up. Like I couldn't really breathe for a little bit. So I'm like, oh my god,
You're about to drown in my own
I'm
blood.
drowning in my own blood. It's in my veins.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then I passed the fuck out.
Nah, I've had the very first time I ever smoked spice in Japan. We were at my friend's house and his older brother was there. He was a senior, we were freshmen. He had 2 of his friends there who were also seniors, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna get spice," and we're like, "Okay, we've never done it before, so like it'll be fine." So they go and they bring it back. We all smoke it outside, and at first, never been high before in my life. I'm like, this isn't that bad. I'm like 14. I'm like, nothing's going on.
You're like, everything's fine.
My voice cracks a little
Yeah,
bit.
like
as I'm
you're
talking.
everything's fine.
And at a certain point, they're like, we should all go inside. I'm like, okay, stood up. Oh no.
Dude, you can't stand up when you're stoned.
Dude, I stood up and I was like, oh my God. So 2 of my friends go out to the front porch. My other friend has to go home. He's high off his ass. And I blinked out. My friends told me what happened. I don't remember anything that happened downstairs. Because it was a 2-floor house. I don't remember anything that happened downstairs. But apparently they went outside and stood on the front porch, watched my friend leave, get in his car and drive home. And they stood outside for 15, 20 minutes laughing. And then they just kind of fell asleep standing up outside.
What
Apparently
the
I
fuck?
was inside, right by the stairs, trying to go up the stairs. But the whole time, for 15 minutes, I didn't actually make it up the stairs. I just was laughing looking at the stairs. So I'm just like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, and finally, my friends, we all make it up the stairs somehow. We all go into my friend's brother's room, and we're all laying down in his room. They start playing A$AP Rocky when his first mixtape, and they just A$AP Rocky's a trippy ass fucking artist.
Oh, dude,
first
yeah.
off. So,
well, especially his older stuff.
oh yeah, his old stuff. So like, I'm tripping balls. One of my friends in the closet laughing his ass off. Apparently, to him, he was playing a video game. He was playing his life as a video game.
Oh, that's amazing.
God
I
damn,
laid
don't
down.
fuck with Spice.
I laid down and I was just like, oh yeah, and like he's talking about video games, like that's pretty cool. And I lay down on my friend's beanbag, and as I'm laying there, I'm like, oh shit, this is a fucking cloud. And my friend lays down right behind me in a position, puts his arm over me, like, dude, you feel this cloud? I'm like, dude, I feel this fucking cloud.
That's gay as fuck, James.
I know it's gay as fuck, but
I'm kidding.
we were so high, there was nowhere else to be unless you want to sit on hard wood.
Yeah.
So everybody's like trying to find a place to lay out. And like at a certain point, I'm just laying there on the cloud. I turn my head, I look up, and my friend's older brother and his best friend are sitting there cooking, like the dance cooking on top of
like
the,
Steph Curry.
Yeah,
okay,
Steph Curry
yeah.
cooking to A$AP Rocky. And I'm
Little
like,
B, actually.
what?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't know basketball. I'm sorry.
Get it right, sir.
I'm sorry.
James Harden and Little B.
Yeah. Oh, Little B.
Well, he
Watch out.
cursed him. He cursed him.
Oh, yeah. You gotta watch
Yeah.
out for that. But
Yeah,
they're
can't
sitting
do it.
up there.
Bryson doesn't know sports. Welcome
Gotta
to
give
Bryson.
credit.
Like, yeah.
Bryson don't know sport 2018.
2018 hashtag.
But
2019.
they're cooking, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The music's blaring. It's like purple swag. So everything's like, felt like it was dripping. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I should never do this shit again. And then after the fact, I'm like, do that shit again.
Absolutely.
It was my first time ever being high, and I was just like on a cloud watching people cook, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Dude, that was like when I did weed that was kind of like laced with PCP. Because like, it was me, my friend Lucas, and my friend Maisha. And I went out to the kitchen to get some water, right? And she had like these Twilight cups. And one side, it was like, like Jacob, right? That's the werewolf dude.
Oh, from
the
Twilight?
wolf guy? Yeah. And so,
Never wears a shirt.
that one.
Oh yeah.
So Jacob's like normal size on one side of the cup, right? And then you turn the cup over, and they've like superimposed his head on that entire side of the cup.
Oh Jesus.
So my stoned ass was like, this is amazing. Lucas, look how big this guy's fucking head is. So Lucas comes out, and we all start laughing at it, right? And Lucas is like, Maisha, come out here. And we're not looking at her. We're just like, Maisha, like, come out here. And it's been like 2 minutes, and she's not coming out. And we look, and from the kitchen, you can get a direct view to her bedroom.
Okay.
She is sitting on her bed, crisscross applesauce, holding like herself in her arms, rocking back and forth.
I'm okay.
Just laughing to herself.
Oh my God. She's the Joker.
Just sitting there laughing. And I was like, oh, we need to leave. And Lucas was like, we can't. She's our ride.
God. That I mentioned the naked.
Yeah, you being naked.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not rare. So
It is in this friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. Deepen it a little bit.
Yeah.
I played. We did shot for a lot of games, stuff like that. But it was fire and ice. So we took a fireball and then rumble mints. This is back when fireball was like huge. Back
Yeah,
in
when we didn't all hate Fireball.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do it anymore.
I can't,
Oh, no,
I
I
can't either, dude.
So I'm like 10 shots in, about like that. Of both, about 20-ish, if really They're
Jesus.
smaller.
Oh, they're like mini shots, right?
Sort of, about like
Yeah.
half a normal shot.
Okay, yeah.
You do both.
Right.
But they're horrible, and I hate them. So we're playing beer pong, right? And we lose. And the rule is, if you lose, you take a fire and ice shot, or you run naked through the street.
Oh, I don't even
no.
blame you.
And now I am drunk at this point, and I hate Fireball and hate Rebel Mints. So no, fuck that. I'm going to run naked through the street. So I run out, take all my clothes off, and I'm running through this little like street. It's like a circle kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm running through this street. It's a decent sized street.
It's a cul-de-sac.
This is about 1 o'clock at night. I'm running in the street, and I'm bored. So I'm gonna start singing to myself. So I'm screaming top of my lungs, R.I.P. 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 just killed the club. The entire fucking time. Yes, I am screaming.
Why were you
I am
channeling Young Jeezy?
I'm running. Balls are jiggling, all that shit throughout in this street.
Oh, so you're pumping your arms. You're
I'm pumping.
yeah,
I'm
fully
going.
in.
I'm
You're not
going.
even
And I'm
holding your
screaming. I'm
package.
screaming this song, and I eventually I lose track of where I am and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they go and my friends go and find me. So they're looking for me. They go find me. I'm in the middle of this driveway. Confused, scared, and confused because I lose.
Scared, naked, and afraid.
I've lost myself.
God,
and there is these two people in this car with headlights shined on me, and they're high as fuck.
Like on your ass or
No,
on your...
on my full naked body.
No.
And they're shining their headlights on me, and they're laughing their fucking ass off because I'm just sitting there looking like, where the fuck am I? Drunk as shit, naked.
go?
What am I doing? And my friend brings my pants to me and helps me put it on.
Oh, what a bro.
And shit, and these people, they're like apologizing, sorry, and they're like, no, we're high as fuck. We
yeah.
laughed so fucking hard. Like, all right, cool. So they bring me home. I proceed to throw up on the stained wood floor. I stained it red because they had hunch punch as well.
Oh, no.
And I wake up in the next morning with my pants on backwards on the ground and just having absolutely no idea where it is. And I find they sent a group chat of a video of me running naked, screaming, R.I.P. just killed the club.
I just want to know if you have that video.
I do. And not on me, but my friends do, and they're holding it over me.
Oh,
man.
I want to see this video.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I would never let that go if I
Oh,
had
you
that.
know,
All
that-
you
that
see,
stays in the
you
vault.
see me just, you see me throw my pants down, see my big white ass right there, and I'm just hauling, and then I start just taking off, screaming, "R.I.P. just killed the club" immediately. And and the funny thing, the worst part is that I hate myself so much about it. That wasn't the last time I did that.
Dude,
I did it again 3 weeks later.
so you've
was
done
it-
multiple naked miles.
I've done it twice, and the second time was as bad.
Was it under the same circumstances? Because
No.
if I was 10 shots deep
No.
and they wanted me to do another one, I'd
Uh,
probably...
No, I
Just
wasn't.
let it-
It
let
was.
it
I
swim.
was just a couple. Like I was like I was drunk. I was
Yeah.
drunk and stuff like that. And it said, "I bet you won't do it again, bitch.
Oh no.
You're not gonna challenge
Oh,
me
no.
like that."
The
Because
classic, like...
Yes.
The classic.
I'm weak.
He's gonna do it again.
I'm very weak. I have no control, so I'm gonna do it. And I did it again, and it was bad. Very ashamed of myself, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like you should be proud.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd get to that point and I would just, like, I'd take the shirt off and be like, I can't.
No.
Like,
I'm
I
surprised.
can't
I'm
make
very
it.
surprised I did it myself too. I
Yeah.
took off everything
Oh, my.
and then was screaming that song in that road.
Why that song?
I ask the question too a lot. I really do.
You wake up at 3 a.m. You're like,
Why did
What?
I choose
What?
that song?
Why did I choose
It just,
Why
I guess it
Jeezy?
spoke to me, and I decided I'm gonna sing that song, and I screamed it top of my lungs too. And this is like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
People came out of their house.
People get. Oh.
People came out of their house,
You're naked ass.
and I was,
naked, like,
I was waving at them, like, "Hey neighbor!" I didn't live there, but you know.
live there. You're a neighbor by choice.
Yes.
Honey, one of the neighbors
I'm your-
here
I'm
just
your new neighbor
letting
now.
his dick fly.
This was not a consensual, like,
It-
neighborly greeting.
No, it wasn't. But
He bought a
you
basket
will
of
never
muffins with
experience
him.
something so
Oh,
freeing as running naked.
All right, so we've gone over Daniel running completely naked in
Twice.
the street.
Yeah,
Twice.
twice, yeah.
We've gone over James smoking spice.
Yes. Multiple
Great-
times.
Great decision. And we've gone over my fun little
Acid trip.
Acid trip. Yeah, my little acid hassle.
In the speaking tongues.
Oh, God.
Multiple people speaking tongues. So, my question to you guys is, what would you say to someone who wants to like start getting into this kind of thing? Like each thing respectively.
each drug, like
Yeah,
marijuana,
'cause
cocaine,
yours-
acid.
Yeah, not like going down a list, but like you've had a lot of fun experiences with alcohol. James had a lot of fun experiences with spice, and I've had one very intriguing experience with acid. So like Daniel, for the little kiddies out there listening.
Oh
who haven't
Lord,
started
you made me
drinking
go
yet,
first.
what would you say?
So you're asking me,
To these
what
pure
would I
children.
say to the kids who want to experiment with drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, what would you ask of these people based on your experiences? What would your advice be?
My advice would be to make sure you have good friends who actually care about you. That's the biggest thing.
That's a huge
You want friends who aren't going to fuck you over. Like my friends currently blackmail me with the naked running for sure, but they didn't let me run off and die somewhere. Like they make sure they found me and they put pants on me.
Allie,
Chill,
are you contributing?
chill.
Aw.
You're good.
She doesn't like
AC's
the-
good.
doesn't like
Allie,
AC.
hey, chill.
Allie.
Chill. Who don't want to just see you get high just for the sake of laughing at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like making fun.
They want to do
Yeah.
it with you, and they want to have, and you always have that one. You always want one friend who's controlled, and not destroyed, and who can take care of you and stuff like that if need be. So make sure you have a good group of friends, and then be smart about it.
Okay, so my advice to any kiddies out there is first off, never, ever do spice. It's not worth it.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
not
blame you
like
for
we did it
saying
out of
that.
desperation because we had no weed. Don't do spice. Just if you're gonna do drugs, be smart about what you do and also know what you're doing. Because we've all had the experience of something laced or something with extra in it. Like especially with spice, which you don't know what it was cut with. You don't know anything
Daniel, have
about
you
it.
smoked spice?
I have not. Have you?
I have as well, completely unknowing. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
I did not get, I wasn't told I was smoking it, but I completely agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
It's
Not
not
that
worth
I
it.
know of. I mean, I could have and whatever, but from
You-
what,
you
from
would-
what
you
I
would-
know, from
you
what
would
I
know.
I
You would
have.
know.
I promise you,
All
would
right,
know.
well then
You would
yeah.
know. It's a very different experience, but just don't mess with synthetic marijuana. Don't do it. But if you're gonna try drugs, just know what you're doing. Know what type of drug you're taking. Make sure that whoever you get it from is trustworthy, they're a friend, and they won't screw you over in the end.
Yeah.
That's all I really got for like advice for kids like that.
Yeah, I think.
all the kids that are gonna be watching this.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, all the
well, when I
kids.
say kiddies, I kind of just meant everyone watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is just like, there were a couple drugs that I kind of just went into it with no knowledge. It's just something I'd always wanted to do. Like marijuana, I've done mushrooms, always wanted to do mushrooms, and I had a great time. I really enjoyed myself. But I was really unsure about doing acid. It was something I definitely wanted to try. It was something I didn't know if I was, ready to try, or something I don't know if I was like completely willing to deal with, 12, 13, 14 hours of being, the way I was. So I researched the fuck out of acid. It was the weirdest thing, but I almost kind of like looked up reviews for the drug just to like see what I was
Yelp
getting
reviews?
myself.
You checked the
Yelp
Yelp.
Yeah,
reviews?
I looked on forum like facts, FAQs, whatever the fuck you call them, on forums, just talking all about this stuff and all these things. And then, I still had doubt going into it. So I guess my advice would just be, seriously, like, if you're gonna try something new, especially if you're one of the only people in your friend group to do it, definitely research it. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Definitely, what James said, have a trustworthy source. Honestly, know where you're getting it from. And then I think the biggest thing is if you are unsure about doing a certain drug, like I honestly, I'd say anything after like marijuana or cocaine, you're unsure about doing, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, unless you really want to do it, you're very open to it, you're very willing to have a fun experience. Don't do it if you have doubts. Don't do it if you're scared something bad's gonna happen. Don't do it if you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Because you're just kind of almost setting yourself up for failure.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Exactly, and there were a couple times on acid, in the come up, just the first 3 hours, I was like, okay, like I would actually give a lot for this to stop. Still had a great time, still was just very aware of my surroundings, I was aware of like my friends, of what was happening. But I kind of could have like taken or left. Sorry. my experience. I'm glad I stuck with it, but still, like, so yeah, just the best advice anyone give anyone is just to be smart
Yeah.
about what you're doing.
Absolutely.